How to lose weight fast. My 80-pound weight loss journey. But guess what, guys? I've lost 156 pounds without any loose skin.
We are a mother-daughter duo. I'm Helene,
And I'm Penelope.
and we're the co-founders of Step It Up. But really, we make these videos to help you prevent some major mistakes that we made along the way.
Because listen, you don't have to go through this journey and try every diet and pill and injection. It's not necessary. You can just do a few things every day and have a really nice weight loss journey. We noticed that 85.8% of you guys are not subscribed. So what are you doing? We give you guys free weight loss advice. And to the 14.2% that are subscribed, you guys are doing something right here. So thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. But seriously, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below.
Well, I would say weight loss journeys are more like struggling with a demon and getting them off of your back.
I would say you are about to build the most character in the very short period of time that you ever will when you're on a weight loss journey, because you build so much character. Like usually it takes people years to build that amount of character, but when you lose weight, whew, they say you turn into like a hero or something.
I believe that. And I think when you're taking the weight loss medication, it's a great bridge if that's something you've chosen. But I don't believe it's something you're meant to do for the rest of your life. Not only do they not know the implications of weight loss medication on your long-term health, we didn't use weight loss medication to lose the weight. And we also don't believe in diet culture, but we do understand the mechanisms of health. And we want to support you on your weight loss journey. And one of the things that's important is calorie deficit.
Super important. But
not all calories are created equally.
And when you see people say that online, it's probably really annoying because number one, they're just like spewing information at you, telling you that. Number two, you're like, well, then how many calories am I supposed to eat for my goals? Right. Number three, a lot of people are making processed foods, low-calorie processed foods, glamorizing it, glorifying it, promoting it.
And that's not what we're talking about.
That is not what we mean when we say calorie deficit. And I have to preface that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so popular. Nutritionists, dietitians, weight loss influencers.
And there's another trap that people fall into is where you can eat too few calories. Like if you're only eating 500 or 800 calories, that's a problem. And I think one of the biggest problems that I've found for myself is getting my calorie deficit so low, getting great results, and then not being able to maintain those results because the calorie count was so low and then I couldn't function, right? So if you're fasting a lot, if you're dieting a lot, you're going to damage, or I should say I damaged my metabolism long term. And so then you get yourself in a really big pickle. And that's why diets don't work. But this calorie deficit is important. And it's interesting because, believe it or not, you're probably underestimating how many calories you eat.
Or overestimating.
47% like of the calories that I eat, and most people eat, this is a statistic, that 47% of the calories you're eating, you're actually not counting. Like you forget that extra tablespoon of butter, or you overlook that you had celery with almond butter.
Or you're half of your son's snack.
Yeah, or maybe you had an extra few tablespoons of salad dressing on your salad because it just tasted that good. So we're constantly not really being honest about the amount of calories that we're eating. Now, I'm not a calorie counter. I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy counting calories. It's just not something I want to do.
I don't enjoy it, but I've become so masterful at it because I've been on this journey that I now know, and I like to know. Well,
one thing that I think is important to keep an eye on, and this is something that's really worked for us, is like if you're eating carbohydrates from grains in any form, you need to keep a close eye on that. And you need to keep a close eye on how much fat you're eating. So those are two things that'll get you caught up. So for me, I don't want a calorie count and I don't recommend doing it. I think it can cause eating disorders to calorie count. I'm also not someone that enjoys doing that, but I do keep a close eye on how much fat I'm eating and how much carbohydrate I'm eating. And especially those two things combined. It's like you can eat protein, but you can't do a lot of protein and a lot of fat and a lot of carbs.
True.
You can do high protein, high fat. You can do high carb, low fat, but you can't do high carb, high fat.
And that's kind of something I love about our program is we just teach you how to make the most amazing, delicious foods full of fiber and protein so that you're not missing all that stuff. Because what happens is people miss it. They don't cook good stuff at home and then they just go out and go on the same cycle because they don't know how to make amazing food at home. But you can make your favorite broccoli, rice, steak bowl or whatever at home for half the calories.
And half the cost. A lot of our members are saying how much money they're saving because they don't go out anymore and they deleted DoorDash off of their phones, which is pretty exciting. And then another one of our members kept using the word empowered in her most recent testimonial because she's lost over 50 pounds. So amazing. We're so happy and proud of her. And she's proud of herself. And it hasn't been through deprivation. And we're not the kind of people that are going to give you a meal plan. Of course, we can give you a meal plan. But that's not why she used the word empowering so many times when she was talking about her program, because chances are you know what to do, but you're just not doing it.
Yeah.
And so that's part of why it works. The magic of accountability and education. It's the only thing that I've seen that really turns health outcomes around. Like if you want to reverse chronic disease, which I do, because we're having a huge problem with that in our culture right now, then it's through accountability and education. It's not because of some campaign or some public service announcement or because your doctor told you to. All that stuff has been tried and it doesn't work. If the foundation is calorie deficit, how do people know? Let's say they're already like at a low rate, like then they can optimize their calories. Because it's a tricky equation.
Okay, so like one of the things, and we teach a lot about this in our program, but like one of the things that you can do is like start water steaming your vegetables and your food instead of using oil. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, like you could cut back on the oil, the fat. That helps me a lot.
And then drinking, like if you're eating any drinks with calories in it, just stop drinking drinks with calories in it and start drinking teas, waters, electrolyte waters with stevia. Just start doing that and it makes
soups.
A big difference.
Yeah.
Smoothies can be like a weight loss killer because they're packed with calories.
Depending on what the smoothie is made of.
But yeah, most of the time it's not. Like
unless you chew your smoothie, but who chews their smoothie? Just not a thing. Unless you're really strapped for time and you need a meal on the go.
And I love the volume hack. Like when you just do like a tons of vegetables, roasted vegetables. You don't even have to use oil on roasted vegetables. I've been doing that and it's so good. You can roast a bunch of vegetables. You don't even need to use oil you can like grill your meat so you don't have to use oil. That's a really good hack. So good. And then you just have like an amazing bowl.
The art of bowl making is a really important thing on our journey. We've really got amazing bowls, and we have time-saving hacks. So you can bulk prep your food so it's grab and go and delicious.
So good. I just did grilled chicken with mushrooms, jalapenos, and red onions. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it.
So good. So if you want to spread out your calories as well, eating all your calories at one time a day is definitely a weight loss killer too. So if you're eating everything, because you didn't eat all day, you forgot, or you're just drinking coffee, you're definitely shooting yourself in the foot by having all your calories like at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. You want to try to spread out your calories throughout the day if you can. So some people want to over-exercise. They'll say, okay, I'm going to have this piece of cake and then I'm going to exercise like crazy. And we've done that. And we've injured ourselves. I don't believe you can outrun your fork. Ultimately, that hasn't proven to be true for me. And if I don't exercise, I don't seem to be able to keep the weight off. So for me, it's absolutely critical to exercise and watch, my diet. Watch my diet. I mean, I'm a total foodie. I love food, and the food that we make is exquisite. And so when you want to step up your exercise, what you really want to be looking at is how much you're exercising and how often you're exercising. Because to me, having a really restrictive diet is one of the reasons why diets fail and has not been part of our weight loss journey. If you want to lose weight fast, you absolutely have to exercise. We have one person in our group who is really into exercising and she's really consistent with it. And she's the one who's losing the most weight. Other people have more restrictive diets and they're losing weight at a slower rate than she is. So if you want to amplify your weight loss, you definitely want to be exercising.
You know what's fascinating about this is that I learned that it's great, exercise is great, but it actually doesn't burn that many calories depending on what kind of exercise you're doing and how much you're doing. So you do have to also prioritize your diet. It has to be great.
100%.
You can't outrun your fork.
You can't. Yeah. So unless you really love to be restrictive with your diet, which I don't know anyone that does,
no.
Then you definitely want to exercise. Now, what's interesting is that it's not just about cardio, right? If you're not walking, walk. If you're already walking, run. If running's too much, like I always say, I have too much jiggle to run just because I'm a fuller figured woman in general, like just was born that way.
I don't believe that stuff.
You don't believe that stuff?
I have jiggle, I think, and I run.
All right. Well, it's probably not a great conversation for on camera, but
Oh, I get what you were gonna say. Okay. She has a point there. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there's lots of ways you can get your cardio in that don't involve running.
Walk up mountains.
Walk up mountains.
Walk upstairs.
Yeah, stairs. I gotta do the stairs with you.
We gotta do the stairs.
Maybe we'll do it tomorrow at sunrise or sunset. It's low. It's low tide.
A lot of exercise for one day.
Oh yeah, that's maybe too much.
There is such thing as too much exercise, by the way.
For sure. Compound movements are my favorite. I don't know why, but like instead of isolated movements, they actually help you to lose weight faster. So I think also if you can start with the compound movements and then go into the isolated movements, you're going to burn out muscle groups and reshape your body more quickly. One of the things though, when you're on this track, you not only lose the weight, but you completely reshape your body. People don't even recognize me when because I was a fatso as a kid. That was my nickname. I was really overweight. I was 100 pounds in third grade. And back then it was really rare. Now it's become much more common. People don't even recognize me. People don't recognize you either. It's pretty amazing. You become an entirely new person. So are you ready for that? Is that something that you really want to welcome in this year, 2025? Is this going to be your year? Well, we're here for you on this journey because we understand the pitfalls. We understand so intimately compulsive eating disorders. We understand so intimately the love for food and how you can restructure that love into foods that really will nourish your body and your cells. Have you having re-elasticized, tight, lifted skin, beautiful bodies, and glowing faces. This is what we want for you, and we know how to achieve it. And we're here to guide you each step of the way because it is just one step at a time. And small steps over a long period of time will achieve you the results that you're looking for. And chances are, again, you know what to do. And we're here for you in our accountability group if you want some accountability, but maybe your neighbor will help you. Maybe you have a trusted family member that will do it with you. And accountability really matters. Education really matters. So make sure you have the right amount of information. But Penelope, most people we meet know what they should be doing.
I think most people know what they need to do. I mean, of course, there are things that people don't know that they would like that if they learned. Like I'm a big person on if you knew what these foods did to your body and why they do the things they do, you would probably never ever touch them again. And I feel that our program is amazing because we show women why foods are bad for you, why foods are better and not good, and what the industry does and all the things.
Well, and how to replace them. Like, hey, if you're in the mood for French fries, just try these instead.
And we hold you accountable. So if you say, hey, I want to start doing this every day, then I'm going to be the one, or we're going to be the ones that are like, hey, you said you were going to do this today. Hey, you said they were doing this today. And one of the girls in her group said that's like her that's the reason she started going to the gym. A girl in her group asked her, she said, how did you become consistent? She's like, because Penelope kept texting me every day. Like, I mean, I'm serious. Accountability works.
It does.
If you allow it to.
Well, and if you're ready, I think there is readiness as part of this equation. And taking Ozempic or other weight loss medication can really help you get jump started. But I don't believe it's a long-term solution, and neither do your insurance companies, and neither do your doctors. Actually, the NHS in the UK, which is their national health system, they only are approving it for 2 years, right? And there's a reason to that. And the average length that people actually go on these medications is 2 years. But what happens when you go off? Or what happens if you can't afford to go on? And so I believe in the power of your body in healing itself. I believe that you are a resilient human. I believe that your body will heal itself. And I think it's from the inside out, not from the outside in, not an outside injection or pill. So I believe in you. And I want you to believe in you. And I can't do that for you. But I know that building confidence by actually setting a goal and following through on it is gold. It is so valuable because what is the thing that you don't really think about it until you lose it? And then it's all you think about. It's your health. It's the most valuable thing that you have. No one can take it from you, and yet you can't buy it.
All right. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all the time.
We help women to beat obesity with our Step It Up system in just 90 days. Click the link in the description to learn how to lose weight without drugs like Ozempic.